I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. So, doing my usual. First of all, I hope your weekend was great. Mine was full of travel and, whew, I think I'm more tired today than I was when I left Friday. But that's just me, and that's saying something. So, I got a message. And because they used his name, all I can do is use his name within the particular conversation. Okay? You can title this, Dear Elon Musk. All right? Dear Elon Musk. So, if you're familiar with OpenAI, ChatGPT is used to get information to help you create things, to write as a starter, not necessarily as the writer itself, right? So, news just broke, literally, less than an hour ago and updated 15 minutes ago. A Musk-led group of investors submitted an unsolicited bid of $97.4 billion to take over OpenAI. Now, what makes OpenAI or the idea of AI important in America today? Well, I'll tell you one of the things it does. I'll tell you a couple. Number one, it allows us to level the playing field. So when we talk about those issues we have, which I'm an arguer against things that are systemic, because I think that's a lazy, easy way of blaming something as being racist, when in fact you can fix the thing. It's the people in the system, not the system itself. And because the system doesn't work is because people are interpreting that particular system in their personal way. AI kind of flattens that, right? Because AI only gives you information that's been put into it. So the more you add to it, the more that's submitted to it. And you can do that, right? If you wrote a book, you can say, hey, I want my book submitted to ChatGPT, to OpenAI, and have it incorporated into a search so that when people search things, they can find my material. As long as they, appropriately acknowledge that I'm the person that wrote it. You can do that. That means that information, questions, things of that nature that you want to... Google runs off AI. We've used Google for, I don't know, a decade maybe, and now all of a sudden people are freaking out over OpenAI and ChatGPT. Makes no sense to me. What we don't want, number two, is a group of people like Elon Musk. And I don't care if it was Elon Musk, it could be, Mahatma Gandhi for all I know. It could be Martin Luther King for all I know. What we don't want is a group of people coming in and telling someone what to do, right? They're going to take over, and it's going to be, well, here's what happened. If you go on to read the story talks about the fact that Elon Musk and another group of people submitted a bid to the board of directors of OpenAI. Why? Because Sam Altman is trying to take it public. Sam Altman wants money. Sam Altman is the president and CEO, and I think he might be one of the founders of ChatGPT and OpenAI. It was supposed to be nonprofit and you put all your information in. But when it becomes for profit, who owns that information? Who owns, I don't know if you can say 1 billion terabytes. But anyway, that's a lot of information and a lot of data that he would then have access to and sell to people. And that's a problem. Right now, OpenAI is about $20 a month, and you get the premium version, and you get access to every single thing like within the last day that they've entered into the system. The free one, you might get, 2-3 years ago. So the Super Bowl, you may not be able to find anything about Super Bowl 59 on OpenAI if you have the old version, if you have the free version. But you might be able to find something on it if you have the 4.0. Or the 4 Sub-Zero, whatever they say, those computer nerds. But one thing we have to watch and be careful of is people with billions of dollars coming in and taking over the knowledge and the information we have. Who's to say they're not going to control, just like people complained, liberal versus Democrat and how Alexa answered certain questions. Don't you think groups of investors can do the same thing? We want the outcome of OpenAI to always lean this way or that way. We want to control what people hear about. We don't like this topic, so we erase it from the system. We don't like this person, so we can say that this person was terrible. And with that, you're able to and doomed to repeat history. And we'll erase and whitewash Hitler. We'll erase and whitewash civil rights. And just the way we talk about during this Black History Month, in history books, we'll talk about slavery as a little blip in American history. And that's the way some people treat it today. It's a blip in American history. Something that happened, and now it's over. We'll have a message for the people who want to take over, be it Sam Altman or Elon Musk or any investor. I have a message for you during this Black History Month. This week, we're going to be talking about education. We're going to be talking about what it takes to educate Black people and know what it is they need to know. What body of information do Black people really need to know to say, I'm Black? Like, they're just some probably shouldn't say drop dead, should I? There's some things that you should know if you're Black. And I'm looking for a list. 833-212-1017 is the number. We're going to talk about education. What is it that you need to know about Black America educationally so that you can be Black? And if you're not Black and you want to feel like you understand and know and can appreciate the culture, these are some things, these are some books, these are some people you need to be aware of. It's time we start to step up and take responsibility for ourselves. It's time we not let things like this, Elon Musk and Sam Altman battling over OpenAI, and there's not a minority face anywhere to be seen. But we need to tell him, and we need to tell him today. As we talk about Black history this week, hey, Elon, you need to back up.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
This is 1017 The Truth, Kyle Wallace, and the time is now, Milwaukee. Truth to Power is your platform. And on my show, our community always has a voice. There is no topic that is off limits, and I always give you my authentic opinions on how I feel, because keeping it real is the only way I know how to get down. Listen to Truth to Power with me, Kyle Wallace, every day from noon to 1 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube at 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Reproductive justice is a framework, it's a movement, it's a vision for reproductive freedom, it's a right to have a child, it's a right to not have children, and this next part is really as important as the other parts. It's the right to birth and parent our children with dignity, and the right to live and parent our children in safe and healthy environments. So reproductive justice understands the ability of any person to control their destiny is directly related to the conditions of their communities. It looks at the intersections of discrimination in social, political, and economic systems, and it sheds lights on the barriers that these systems produce. And then we, reproductive justice advocates, fight against the barriers that prevent Black people and other people of color from exercising their rights. That's reproductive justice.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
From my family and myself, I would like to say thank you to Gruber Law Offices for taking such good care of us.
I would say thank you because you're so human and so much of a friend during the whole process.
I'm super grateful for them representing me and doing all that they did for me.
I would just say thank you for making me feel better.
That's why I'm here, to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
It's Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Take one step.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. So I was serious about the whole education piece and what's going on with Black America since at least the turn of the century, right? Which century? 20th century or 21st century? So anyway, pick one. 833-212-1017 is the number. So, yeah, we just got to move forward. Take one step after the other. That's what the song said. At some point, we need to figure out how to move forward. I say, and it's just me, I say education is the most important thing we need to do. That's just me. And since I'm on it, and everybody saw it, what happened to the Super Bowl? Can anybody help me with that? Like, first of all, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles who beat the pants. Well, let me rephrase that. Beat the brakes off of the Kansas City Chiefs. And by the way, I did put it on X. Somebody called me and they was a little upset about it. I did put it on X. There's the AFC has put out a missing report. That's me. I bumped it. The AFC put out a missing report on the Kansas City Chiefs. They looking for them because they didn't show up. So I put that on X last night. Woo! The backlash I got. I was shocked. I'm like, well, y'all some sensitive Chiefs fans. But it was true. Like, they didn't show up. They showed up, and they didn't show out. So, I don't really know. But I don't understand about the whole, I know y'all like Kendrick Lamar, and he said some really cool social things, and I really didn't care about his beef with Drake. Does anybody really care about his beef with Drake? Like, what is his beef with Drake? You understand it, you know it, but who cares? Right? Nobody who's talking about his beef with Drake has any money to do anything about it or anything with it. And before you say, oh, you just don't understand. You just don't get it. No, that's not it at all. I don't want to. And that's the difference. And he's Canadian. Who cares about him? He's Canadian. Drake is Canadian. So, and you know he's making money because he's living off those Degrassi residuals as well. So, I mean, I ain't mad at him. Y'all do know who I'm talking about when I talk about Degrassi and Drake. And it's weird because people here watch TV shows and they think, oh, that's a great show. He was in, that's the Canadian. There were a lot of TV shows and a lot of Saturday morning stuff that was Canadian. And we watched it and we thought it was new. So I say all that to say we jumped on this Super Bowl thing about, I don't know, 20 minutes into the game. It was like, so what we doing? I'm starting to get hungry. Because it went up 24-0 leading into the half and then smoked them in the, it was just, and so Luther, you know, he did his cuts off G and X, so you got to give him some love for that. You know, SZA joined him, and it was okay. And, you know, loyalty, humble, Luther, all that. It was pretty cool, I'm just saying. But I'm not like into his beef with Drake. Like, who cares? Like, dude, sing. Sing. Stop all the drama. Be the better person and let your talent show how great you are. Otherwise, I don't think we have any real need of Drake or Kendrick Lamar. And everybody freaks out. Oh my God, you don't care about him. You don't. No money you have comes from his pocket, his check, his hand. So why do you care? It's just drama. And I said it before. They probably talk every day. Hey, dude, what are we going to say today? I don't know. Let's beef about this, and then we'll say this, and then, your girl, your mama. Then we'll talk about your music. We'll talk about your lyrics, and then because that's the way it's always happened. Did the internet make us more gullible? I think so. I think the internet made people gullible to the point that they'll believe anything. Oh my God, can you believe that? Oh, And I want to personally slap the person that came up with the phrase pop culture. As if that's a reason to know it. Oh, you got to know it. It's pop culture. So, you know what that means, right? It's important today. Tomorrow, nobody will care. You're really going to hang your hat on something that no one cares about. Weird. And so I find all that interesting to the point that by the time I got to halftime, it was kind of like you could probably stick a fork in Kansas City. But then when they came and scored, and then they scored again, and then they scored, I was like, okay, dude, what? And that's when I called my friends in New Orleans. And he's in command staff in the New Orleans Police Department. And I said, hey, the AFC told me to call you and that they need a they need an APB, an all points bulletin put out. They're looking for a guy named Patrick Holmes and this bearded dude that dates this other chick. Yes, I called her a chick, who sings, who's at every game, which is probably why they lost, because she showed up. And, Taylor Swift and all the Swifties that were there. Yeah. So they're missing. I mean, we got the uniforms here and the helmets and the pads. We even got bodies in them, but they're not playing like the Chiefs. Right? I think an eagle swooped in and picked them up and tossed them. That's what I think. Like, all I kept hearing all the entire game is the Eagles kept coming in. I don't know what that was. It was terrible. And so from the kickoff and the first run, I said, yeah, Kansas City didn't show up. And they didn't show up. And it's unfortunate. I got friends that live in KC Mo. They are not happy right now. They are not happy. Talking text line on the YouTube chat. Dr. Harris, I just wanted to say that I appreciate you and your show. While I am no longer working in a certain area, I now work in communications, and your course has helped me navigating spaces where I am the only person of color. Yeah, been there, done that. But I remember you, Robbie. Good looking up. But it's one of those instances. What's more important? Like, was it me, or was that like people are like this? The halftime show was great. Maybe it's just hard for me to be impressed because I've seen so many of them. Right? I've seen so many Super Bowls and I've seen some. Prince was on. Come on now, Prince during Super Bowl halftime. Absolutely outstanding. Kendrick Lamar, decent. He doesn't beat, but he was there for a different reason, and his message was completely different. And so that I can appreciate. But I'm just saying. 833-212-1017 is the number. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Visit Pella at the Neri Spring Home Improvement Show, February 14th through the 16th. Get windows as low as $22 per month and doors for as low as $89 per month. Rest easy with Pella's 10-year installation warranty. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a complimentary Design Works consultation and Pella Care inspection. Visit PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com to apply. And of course, certain restrictions apply. So you gotta do that. Prince singing Purple Rain, and then it started raining. Boss. Yep, Alicia, it was. But see, most of the people here were too young to remember Prince on the Super Bowl. I'm just saying. 833-212-1017 is the number. What you complaining about now, Brian? What's up?
Nothing. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I ain't complaining about nothing. I just want to say that I think Kendrick Lamar could hold his breath for 5 minutes under any depth of water. The skill he used with those lungs to put all those words together for that length of time was nothing short of amazing to me.
Okay,
that was simply amazing. Yeah. Salute to him.
No, I mean it was a great performance. I'll give him that. It's a great performance. I think you missed half of the audience because unless you were younger and predominantly black, you really had no clue who Kendrick Lamar was. You were like, who's this dude? Like, well,
they know now.
No, they don't.
I'm going to tell you, all the white folks know Samuel Jackson.
Of course they do.
They love Samuel Jackson.
Right. Samuel Jackson is 72. Samuel Jackson is 72 years old, dude.
Yeah, them white folks appreciated the part of Samuel Jackson.
Right, because he was dressed up like America.
Exactly.
Right.
And for Jalen Hurts, I'm so happy that he won the Super Bowl. Flat out domination.
Oh, killed him. Just totally killed him. Well, that's not true. He embarrassed them.
He embarrassed them. And salute to him. He got a real black wife. That's what I like about it.
Wow.
He got a real black wife.
Wow. What? Okay, time out. Wait. Time out. First of all, that's not his wife. That's his fiance.
I don't care. She looked good. She's black.
But number two, what is okay, you said he had a real black wife? But what's a fake black wife? So what's a fake one?
Well, I ain't going to say because too many people might get offended.
No, I think you were totally inappropriate right now. You were just inappropriate.
Well, whatever, but I like the fact that he got a sister on his arms. Period. I'm going to put it like that. I like the fact he got a sister on his arm. He a real black man. I enjoyed that Super Bowl more than I enjoyed the one with Doug Williams.
So watch this. Ben said, Dr. Ken, that's not what you said off air. You said Kendrick's performance was trash. Here's what I thought was trash about his performance. He really didn't say anything of substance. He talked about justice and all that, and he talked about Drake. I don't care. You have a main stage. Throughout the world, and that's what we got. That's why I said it's trash. Music was okay. I mean, he's Kendrick Lamar. He got his. He got paid. I didn't. They don't want to see me at halftime, so I get it. But
yeah, he could have had He probably would have sounded better if he had that beat with if he'd done that song that he had with Future, the first one with the if he had Future out there, would have sounded a little better. Yeah. But
at least somebody to beef with.
Yeah. But yeah, his lungs are outstanding.
Yeah. Well, he's young enough.
Live a long time.
He's young enough.
Yeah,
he should be able.
Yeah, like I said, he got a pair of lungs out of this world.
No. And all this, I didn't like the presentation, but you got to give it to him.
You got to give it to him. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, take care.
All right,
Bye.
take care, man. 833-212-1017 is the number. I am not diving into Kendrick Lamar. I am not diving into, we're going to talk about Kendrick. No, we not. Watch this. You ready? That's how I feel about it. We're not talking about Kendrick Lamar. He did a great job. I thought the performance was trash, but he did a great job, and everybody else liked it, and I guess that's the only thing that counts. And, you ready? Bruh got paid.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Join the roar of 18,000 Bucks fans at Fiserv Forum and be a part of the slam dunks, game-changing plays, and electrifying victories live. Witness the edge-of-your-seat action and unforgettable moments as they happen. You don't want to miss this. Grab your calendar, handpick your favorite matchups, and secure your seats for Dame time in Milwaukee and every incredible moment that comes next at bucks.com/tickets. That's bucks.com/tickets.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Truth Nation, get ready to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community as we host our first annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 28th at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. This will be a Truth family party where we will celebrate the unsung heroes of our community and we roll out the red carpet for those making a positive impact every day. Tickets are selling fast, so go to 1017thetruth.com today to make sure you do not miss out on the biggest celebration in Milwaukee. Tickets are only $25 and includes free food, free drinks, and free Truth giveaways. Don't miss an evening filled with entertainment, heartfelt stories, and celebrating our city with the 1017 The Truth team. Visit 1017thetruth.com right now to buy your tickets to our Truth Community Awards. That is 1017thetruth.com to secure your spot for a night of celebrating the excellence of our community. The Truth Community Awards is presented by Potawatomi Casino and Hotel and brought to you by the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. Feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Well, we got some delays now on southbound 43. First of all, from about Keefe all the way down past Locust, almost to North Avenue. And then through the Marquette, we have an incident. Basically, it's on the ramp from 794 westbound to southbound 4394. It's off on the right shoulder, so just be careful with that. A little bit further into the Marquette itself, we did have a disabled vehicle off on the right shoulder heading straight through. So that's all adding up to a bit more of a backup. out there. Westbound 94 slowing from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slowing from about Mitchell Boulevard to 35th Street. And 41 southbound just a little bit slow between Hampton and Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, a few snow showers, light dusting for most, a low of 15. Then tomorrow, morning flurries, partly cloudy, chilly with a high of 20. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth, powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snime. The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champs after they thoroughly dominated the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday night, 40-22. Jalen Hurts tossed for 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, as well as a rushing touchdown, and was named the game's MVP. Over to the NBA, where the Milwaukee Bucks got a bounce-back win over the Philadelphia 76ers on Sunday afternoon, 135-127.
Here comes Lillard. He steps back. He fires a three, and that is his wheelhouse. Damian Lillard on that pull-up is just indefensible. He's got 25 points.
Dame finished with 43.7 boards and 8 assists on the day. No Giannis in this one. He has now been ruled out for a few weeks due to a calf strain.
And that's the way it has to be. That doesn't mean go out here and, think that I got to shoot every ball or anything like that. It's just, be more assertive and make sure that I stay in control of the game.
The Bucks will right back to work tonight. They'll host the Golden State tip-off set for 7 p.m. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Just do what it please. I was just feeling a little, some Beatles come together. The game is over. The Chiefs got spanked. Well, listen. I guess that's what Jalen Hurts is singing to. I couldn't help myself. Patrick Mahomes. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, by the way, the award-winning 101.7 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence on the most monumental moments in our history. All month long, you can tune in as we celebrate the voices, the stories, and the achievements that have shaped history and inspired the future. As long as we don't play anything about Harriet Tubman and absolutely nothing about, well, who else do I not want to hear from? I want to hear about Harriet Tubman. I don't want to hear about Martin Luther King or Michael Jackson. That was for Jason. 101.7 The Truth celebration of Black History Month is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep Educators Credit Union, the Freighter, and the Medical College of Wisconsin, and where we sit in the American Family Insurance studio, American Family Insurance. I want to say thank you to each of them. I tease about that. It's important that we know current and prior and all those things. Unfortunately, what we become today is the history for somebody else. And so I find it interesting that so many years in the future, many of us, will become elderly and get older and all those things. And we forget that everything that we're doing today is going to dictate what happens in our future, but then it'll paint the picture for our past. And I think we forget about that. I think we forget about the fact that a lot of the things that we do are going to dictate how we live, how we breathe, how we move, have our very being. So anyway,
833-212-1017 is the number. So they're already talking about it today, but they always do that. They always cry and talk about, it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold, only to find out later that it wasn't cold. So I did some stuff on the weekend because they said it's supposed to snow Saturday, 3 to 5 inches. Nothing. I mean, nothing anywhere. Kind of bothered by that. Forecasters, this is from jsonline.com. Forecasters are reporting an increased chance of accumulation on Wednesday across the Milwaukee area. National Weather Service issued a winter storm watch for Milwaukee region in effect Wednesday afternoon through late Wednesday night. Heavy snow is possible with snow accumulations up to 7 inches with the potential of locally higher totals near Lake Michigan shoreline. Snowfall in Milwaukee will start on Wednesday during the morning hours through the afternoon and linger into the evening with the highest chance of snowfall in the afternoon and evening. The National Weather Service meteorologist said that it's absolutely will impact the evening commute. Yeah, I would expect that you're going to have snow-covered roads, slick conditions. It's going to be cold enough for the snow to easily stick. But how much are we talking? They're talking somewhere between 3 and 7 inches. That's what I'm hearing. 3 and 7 inches. What does that even mean? What does that mean, 3 to 7 inches? I am not looking forward to that. I'm not. Because I'm going to be talking through it. Hopefully I can make it here. I might have to do my show from home. I'm just saying. I might have to do my show from home. I'm just saying. I'll be like, oh, this is great. How y'all doing? Yeah. Can I play commercials from home too? I don't think I can I? I can figure it out. My finger's long enough, right? So, no, not happening. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me check. LT said some white people already knew they were not going to like the show before it even started. When you're posting, who is he one of another thing you could do to win you over? I thought the show was cool, not good. Yeah, it was okay. Like I said, it was great. It was okay for a show, but I really wasn't impressed. But I know I'm not his target audience. I can say that with pride and not have to default to it was the worst Super Bowl performance. I never said it was worse. I just said I didn't like it. I thought it was trash because it didn't really. Okay, so you said a lot of things, and it seemed disjointed, right? And so, we got this great overhead shot of them going in a circle. And okay, does this have a point? That's all I was asking. If you had beefed with Drake the whole time, I would have been okay with that. At least it had a theme and a message. But I digress. He said, I can say with pride and not have to default to it was the worst Super Bowl performance ever. I don't like being ignored. I'm old. I get it. Lots of white people don't. So when 50, Eminem, Snoop, and Dre, and Trey, that's right, Trey Songz was out there, that was my jam. My time has passed. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. My dude Fine said Samuel L. Jackson was 76. I was trying to be nice. Why y'all gotta out him? Dude is old. And the fact that he's moving around and doing what he's doing at 76 years old? Thank you for that, Fonz. I appreciate it. They said, what happened to it's rigged for Kansas City? The refs have been bought out. These people are quiet now, just like election deniers. 833-212-1017 is the number. We got more talking text. We got the YouTube chat, and we got Ed hanging on. We'll be coming back in a second, but I want to call all Black-owned business owners and entrepreneurs. Are you looking to share your story and grow your reach? Well, we've teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black Business Give Back. Each quarter, 4 lucky business owners will win an opportunity to spotlight their brand and journey on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. So to sign up for your business spotlight interview, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's Associated Bank, member FDIC.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. 1017 The Truth is now the proud home of Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference basketball. Tune in every week so you don't miss out on the classic rivalry game we all love, the high-flying dunks that leave us in awe, and the memorable moments where Milwaukee basketball legends are born. City Conference basketball on 1017 The Truth is sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools, MPS proud, and presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
People will tell you that race is a social construct and that there's no biological reality that distinguishes between a white individual and a black individual. So what does that mean if there are these quote-unquote disparities, right? It means that the way we move through a society is markedly different, right? And that the experience that we have has biological consequences. Is when you're in a society where people are constantly discriminating against a certain group, denying access, don't have control over the institutions that govern our lives. All of those things create a biological reality and a response, whether it's a stress hormone or a fear or something that could be passed on, what we call epigenetics, which means what my mother or my grandmother experienced had an effect on what formed me in my responses to those stressors. That's how we can be two individual people with very little difference, but have totally, vastly different experiences as we move through our reproductive health.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
I walk on the shoulders of giants who have come before me.
I am ASAP and Maya Angelou.
I am Marva Collins and Frederick Douglass.
From A to Z, I celebrate, emulate, and commemorate their example.
This is part of the Declaration of Excellence Milwaukee College Prep Scholars recite, not just during Black History Month, but each and every morning, because our students don't just honor history, they're determined to shape it. Enroll your scholar at MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Come in with straight truth.
That person really planted the idea, even if it was successful or not, in the minds that it could happen. And eventually somebody tried it and didn't come back and didn't get caught. And then eventually more people tried it, and then it started opening up the doors for more things to happen. So it's never bad when you're trying to do something that ain't never been done, because who knows how that looks.
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is the JB's Monorail.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. So we've been talking about education. We're going to jump into that after the top 5 at 5. We were talking about Kendrick Lamar and the Chiefs and the opened up with OpenAI and Elon Musk trying to lead a group of people to take that over. But I don't know if they're saving it from the owner who wants to then go for profit, or are we saving it so it'll remain nonprofit and be in everybody's hands if they need it and cheap? So that's my only question. Ed, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm good.
I got a trivia question. You said you wanted to hear about Harriet Tubman and nobody else. Okay. Have you ever heard of the triple nickel?
Okay, wait a minute. Wait.
It was all.
I said I didn't want to hear about Harriet Tubman or any of the normal.
Okay,
go ahead.
Right. So, have you ever heard of the triple nickel? There was the first all-black paratrooper unit out of World War II. And they got not sent to Europe to fight.
Right, the 555th?
They got sent to the West Coast. Right.
Okay.
They got sent to the West Coast to fight forest fires.
Okay.
So they used to have to parachute into burning forest fire because at that time the Japanese would send these giant weather balloons and set the forest on fire. So it was used as a top secret for them to go jump.
But why was it top secret?
So that was at that time they wanted to be top secret, not to get people panic after Pearl Harbor. So they used a triple nickel to go fight forest fire, and they use that same technique today during the California fires now.
Mm-hmm.
To jump into places they can't get in by cars or trucks. So they use them to fight the fires.
So
everybody didn't know that in history because they don't put them in there.
Wasn't the 555th attached to the 82nd Airborne?
Well, they didn't think black men was capable of being paratroopers.
Well, clearly they were because they jumped.
Right, they did, but they got the only reason why they got chose to jump, because they used to guard the training facility at night, and during that time, the black men used that time to train, just like paratroopers.
Right.
And the general, I can't think of his name, happened to come by and seen them do it, and that's how they got the chance to become paratroopers.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you much. I appreciate that.
All right. Thanks.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. History from a historian. 833-212-1017 is the number. There were a lot of black units. There was just was it the Netflix show that was on about the women that went and sorted the mail and raised the morale in the war and got people, everybody was kind of upset about that movie. I'm like, you can't take your sensibilities from 2025 and apply them in 1925 or 1945 and expect people to act the same way that you think they should act. We got to stop taking TV shows off. We got to stop changing stuff. We have to. It's history. Let's look at it. Let's see it. Let's hear it. Let's talk about it. Sounds pretty cliche, don't it? But it actually works. 833-212-1017 is the number. See, I got all this stuff in my hand, and I can't read none of it till tomorrow. That's the first time that has ever happened to me, and I'm happy about it. I get to just tell you stuff about black history and monumental moments, and this week I'll be covering education. So every day I'm gonna take, after my top 5 at 5, I want to jump into a black history topic. This week is education. This week is the color of education. What we're talking about, what we're diving into as it relates to education here in the United States of America. It's not every day that we really understand how education got where it was. Black education didn't start with like Brown versus the Board of Education of Topeka. It didn't. It didn't start with that one mother complaining that she wanted books. It's way more than that. And today we're going to talk about 5 important things after my top 5 at 5. Of course, you can tell I like the number 5. We're going to talk about 5 important things to know about black history in America from 1900 until today. We know all this stuff prior. They've already put in our history books, hey, we had slavery and Lincoln freedom, and that was it. Even though he was trying to get them on a boat to, he was trying to find enough ships to put them on and ship them all back to Africa. And sometimes, I guess the question has to be asked, do you think that would have been a better thing? That after the slaves were freed, we all got rounded up and went back home? Would that have been better? Would that have been better? I don't know. it kind of scares me to really think about it. The fact that someone could say, hey, you were a slave here, but now you're not a slave anymore, right? That's different from immigration today. But I digress. What would it look like? So we're going to talk about education. We're going to talk about those 5 things. We're going to talk about colleges and universities, of course. We're going to talk about HBCUs because that's some folks talking text line on YouTube chat. Somebody says, send me back home. YouTube chat says, send me back home. Wow. Back to the motherland. Let me roll up out of here. I feel you. We're going to also talk about segregation and the fight for integration. At some point, I agree, and at other points, I don't agree. And I think that sometimes it's helped us, and other times it's hurt us in terms of segregation. Underfunded, overcrowded things, Jim Crow laws. But then we also did phenomenal, exceptional things like invented so many things. But yet we pretend like, we really didn't do anything or add to anything. We're going to talk about the civil rights movement and education access, right? Because just because they gave it to us and they put in the piece without deliberate speed, that just gave them carte blanche to destroy our schools and ship us to theirs. And we still didn't get new books. Still waiting on them new books at MPS. I'm just saying. I had to throw that in there, sorry. And we'll talk about the achievement gap, which I don't really get why there's a gap because we keep comparing ourselves to people who don't want to be compared to. I don't understand what that is. And we'll talk about the inequalities that exist and how we can fix them. But there are going to be some personal things we're going to have to do as black people in order to fix it. And many times y'all complain. Notice I say y'all when I talk about fixing stuff with black people because I'm not black when it comes to fixing stuff. I'm only black when we win. No, I'm kidding. But you understand what I'm saying. We have to make sure that we understand what needs to be done in order to overcome inequalities. And then, of course, the rise of educational movements. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris.
We have Friday Night Hoops on The Truth. This Friday, the Milwaukee Panthers return home to take on the Wright State Raiders.
Blocked by McKee, pulled down by Stillwell, 3.5, and A.J. McKee, playing with 4 fouls, blocks the would-be game-tying three-pointer.
Scott Wallace has the coverage Friday starting at 6:30 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 7 o'clock.
Tune in to the award-winning 101.7 The Truth's Business Spotlight this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. between The Tori Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We will be speaking with Ray Walker III, Sales Director at Great Impressions Graphics and Printing. He will discuss how they became the go-to printing company in Milwaukee and why they go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. So again, tune into the Business Spotlight with the Milwaukee staple Great Impressions this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Prostate cancer screening is a simple blood test. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. Your family history of prostate cancer increases the risk for all the men in your family. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. Prostate cancer is most treatable when it's detected early. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. Men, it's your life. That's why it's so important to talk to your doctor about getting tested. If you want info on how to take action, the Prostate Cancer Foundation is here to help. For more than 30 years, PCF, a leader in scientific breakthroughs, has funded cutting-edge research that speeds new treatments into clinics, helping patients live longer with fewer complications. Go to pcf.org to learn more about prostate cancer and how you can advocate for yourself. Remember, it's your life, and it's a simple blood test. Get it done.
Join the movement. Listen to the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, the locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken.
The common counselor. Show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I am your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me check my time. Prior to the integration of MPS, there was a great pride in the black neighborhood schools. I well remember the actual glory days of Lincoln and North Division. That's what Ann said. Dr. Ken, the truth is that after slaves were freed is when Make America Great Again was birthed. What? They never wanted us to leave because they always thought slavery would return. Where are you getting that from? Where are you getting that from? Because it's well known and documented that Lincoln, before he freed the slaves, was literally trying to round up enough ships, and he couldn't, to get us up out of there. So I don't know what you're talking about. But the flip side to that is that's why they started sharecropping, to trick us into working the land, because we were the only ones who could work the land, and we never got away from it, and we never got out from under it, and that was that. So, yeah, good point. Good point. LT said, hypothetically, if 70% of MPS parents pledged to do everything on their end at home to prepare their kids for college, what would be the result or the response educationally from MPS? Could they handle that kind of parental commitment? No. These are the same people that complain that the parents are intruding in their education. Parents don't know what they're doing. We're the professionals. Idiotic, but, you know, it's what they do. It just is what it is. Blow up MPS, start over. Get a new set of folks in, get some new leadership, and the schools will be great. There are like hundreds of teachers and employees at MPS that loved that place, that wanted to succeed, but all the little technical strings by idiocy from the union. And you got to have the union to keep administration at bay because they'll just act the fool with the power they have. And you get a stalemate and you got nothing, and that's why the kids are failing. So, okay. 833-212-1017 is the number.
Number 5.
From Greenfield, Wisconsin, WISN.com, a woman was the victim of racism. Did you hear this story? After she found a racial slur inside her vehicle after an oil change at an Oak Creek car dealership. Michaela Stark's attorney, William Sutton, said she went to the Coons, K-U-N-E-S, Coons.
That's what Tori said.
Coons, Buick GMC of Oak Creek in January of 2025 for an oil change. Her SUV steering wheel was also damaged. Sutton says Starks identifies as biracial. We don't know what biracial she is. Is she biracial black? Biracial white? Black and white? We don't know. She says she bought the SUV from the dealership in October, went back for her free oil change. Afterwards, she received calls from the dealership claiming that they had left a tool in her SUV that needed to be retrieved. Well, Starks was busy at the time and would not let them, while also being suspicious. Another employee contacted her again saying that we're actually trying to retrieve the tool, but instead trying to remove the sticker. By then, she realized the racial slur that was printed on her oil change sticker. Sultan said the dealership didn't make it right when Starks tried to confront them about the sticker. The fired employee didn't realize that the word would be printed on the next sticker. So who uses a marker and then doesn't know that it bleeds through? Starks, Williams, and others gathered outside the dealership on February 8th to protest. At least 5 Oak Creek police officers were stationed at the dealership during the protests. And the dealership said in a statement, "We're deeply disturbed and saddened by the incident that has come to light involving one of our employees and a customer, her sense of safety and dignity. We want to be unequivocal. This behavior and hateful sentiment implies are absolutely against our values as a company. There is no place for racism or discrimination within our dealership or community." The dealer said they've been in contact with Starks over the last month. As a form of apology, they offered her credits for future service at other locations. Are you kidding me? That's it? Statement from Kunis went on to say this incident stands in stark contrast to who we are as a company. We recognize the seriousness of this matter and accept our responsibility to ensure a safe, welcoming environment for every person who walks through our doors. While words are important, we know that real change comes from action, and we are fully committed. Y'all gonna give me my car for free? That's what I'm asking. That's action. Well, at least they spoke up and they took credit for it. You know what I'm saying? They stepped up and said, "Hey, this was wrong, and this needed to be corrected," and we corrected it. Sultan wants the dealership to be transparent about their investigation. He also wants to make sure Kunis has anti-discrimination policies and training. Well, you can't make them do that now. That ain't going to happen. Right? That's not going to happen. So good luck with that. That's that's cute. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Number 4.
This also from WISN.com. New York City, New York. Aaron Rodgers is still contemplating whether to continue his playing career. If he does, it appears it won't be with the New York Jets because he got the boot. The team has told the 41-year-old quarterback it is moving on from him. Fox Sports reported on Sunday. Rodgers said toward the end of the Jets' 5-12 season, he was undecided about his playing future, saying that he wanted to take a break mentally to kind of refresh and put my feet in the sand and see where I'm at. He's a weirdo. He's a California weirdo. He's a weirdo. But But there is uncertainty as to whether the Jets would even want to move forward with the four-time MVP as a team's quarterback. The Jets recently hired general manager Darren McGoy, or Omogui, whatever how you say his last name, Mougey, and coach Aaron Glenn and owner Woody Johnson said at their introductory news meeting that they have the final say. So Glenn said he already texted Rodgers that there'd be some discussions with him. So Rodgers got on his own plane or either flew there commercially, got there, and basically they told dude, hey, player, yeah, you're not a player. And he got the boot. And that was that. So they have veteran Tyrod Taylor, Jordan Travis, who spent his entire rookie season on the non-football injury list on the roster, but the Jets have the number 7 overall pick in April. And they might get another quarterback. Oh, gee, that's what they need. I think what part of the problem is that they actually got Aaron Rodgers, but actually, didn't have a real quarterback.
Number 3.
And yes, I get to shoot him some shade because Wisconsin is finicky. Y'all will ditch as soon as a person take off their uniform, y'all done with them. As if they supposed to stay here all their life and never make any money. That's why y'all got mad at that certain, I'm not going to say his name because y'all get weird, that certain Brewers manager who left here, Greg Council, and y'all lost y'all mind. Oh, well, they were going to give you $4 million. We'll give you $4.5 million. Well, that'll make you the highest paid manager in baseball. And the Cubs said, hey, we'll give you $8 million. Come now. Okay, goodbye. I can't believe he left. What? Hey, I'm pay you $100 an hour, but somebody else going to pay you $200 an hour. Where would you go? Y'all done lost y'all mind.
Number 2.
Did I read number 3 yet? Let me see. Nope, I didn't read. That was number 3. This is number 3, by the way. I still need to read.
Number 3.
So the Cape Cod community, we talked about this a while ago. The racist incident that almost left the black teen dead. So they were bullying this kid and his mother. The mother and the kid were bullying a black teenager. Now, more than a year later, after being charged with attempted murder, John Sheeran was only 14 when he and another Massachusetts teen bullied a black kid to the point of near death. TheRoot.com, and that's where I read the story from, previously reported 2 Cape Cod teams, including Sheeran, threatened to throw rocks at an unnamed 15-year-old black kid while calling him racial slurs. Things escalated when the victim put on a life jacket and informed the other boys he couldn't swim before they all hopped into Goose Pond in Chatham, Massachusetts. It was then, you ready? Sheeran grabbed him and repeatedly held his head under the water while the other teens laughed and began calling him George Floyd. And when the kid kept saying, I can't breathe, they were referring to George Floyd saying he couldn't breathe. After the July 2023 incident, Sheeran was charged, people are freaking out, with attempted murder, assault with a dangerous weapon. The teen pleaded guilty last year. Guess what he got as a prison sentence? What do you think he got as a prison sentence? Dude got probation and 723 hours of community service. For almost... Are you out of your damn mind? Yes, I am. For almost drowning someone. He had to attend an online educational class and formally apologize to the victim in the form of a letter. What kind of idiot judge is this? This judge is still, what's this judge's name? Sylvia Gomez, or Gomes, Gomes. Judge is an idiot. A total idiot. And they actually argued, watch this. They actually argued that the black kid caused the trouble. And it was his fault. Well, you started it. It was his fault. That's why you tried to drown him? That's literally why you tried to drown him.
Number 2.
The family of Sonia Massey. You remember who that was? Springfield, shot, killed by police while she was holding some water. They said they were afraid. He got charged federally. The cops got, fired, all that stuff. She called 911. They kill her. Sangamon County, Illinois officials said after months of negotiating, I'll call it that, they reached a settlement agreement. $10 million. County officials negotiated the massive settlement through mediation after extensive confidential discussions between county attorneys and lawyers representing the Massey family. Before moving forward, it must be approved by the Sangamon County Board. In a statement, Board Chairman Andy Van Meter labeled the settlement as part of Sangamon County's ongoing efforts to address the tragic death of Sonia Massey. In addition to this agreement, the county is focused on improving its policies and practices through a memorandum of understanding with the U.S. Department of Justice. You know what that is, right? That's a consent decree. They'll come in and check you, and you will do these things, you will do those things, and if you don't do them, we're going to make you pay even more money. I don't know if you remember, Massey, 36, was shot and killed on July 6, 2024, at her home outside of the capital city of Springfield. The victim called 911 over a potential prowler, but minutes after members of the Sangamon County Sheriff's Department arrived, Officer Sean Grayson shot and killed Massey in her kitchen on video while she was checking on a pot of boiling water, saying, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." They thought she was going to throw the water. She was holding the water. She was scared. You saw it on video. Grayson was fired for his actions after claiming he was fearful of his life of the petite 36-year-old mentally ill woman. He was charged with first-degree murder, aggravated battery, and official misconduct in Massey's death. While he pleaded not guilty, he's still behind bars awaiting trial. Interesting. And no matter what happens, right, you can never get her back. Like, she's never coming back. She's never going to be here again because some idiot decided that he thought he was going to hide behind his being a white cop and say he feared for his safety. How exactly could you fear for your safety? Like, what else is worse than that, right? I got one.
Number 1.
From JS Online, Milwaukee County's controversial lump sum pension program is now more than 2 decades old, but some of the retirees that are still in it are cashing in. Did y'all hear about this? Dude, records show that 3 former Milwaukee County workers received government checks for more than $1 million. That's on top of their regular annual pension, which they left when they left the payroll in 2024. That brings the total number of county workers who receive $1 million plus lump sum cash payment over the years to 16. That's from Erica Bronikowski, the county's retirement plan services director. Total of 43 Milwaukee County retirees received backdrop checks in January and November 2024, ranging from $19,000 to $1.356 million, bringing the entire cost of the program to $12 million a year. Among those on last year's list was former county comptroller Scott Mansky, the county's independent fiscal watchdog, who received a lump sum payment of $852,730 when he left office last June. He also takes an annual pension of nearly $50,000 after 32 years with the county. Mansky did not respond for a comment. Milwaukee County Supervisor Sheldon Wasserman, one of the longest-serving members on the county board, said the program led to the county's current financial troubles. He said, "It's just a constant reminder of the greatest financial disaster ever to befall Milwaukee County, and that single action approving this plan is still haunting us 24 years later, and it's very tragic." The Backdrop program, if you don't know what that is, initially pitched as costing little or nothing, pays out bonuses to county workers who agree to work past their retirement date. In exchange for taking the upfront payment, retirees see a reduction in their monthly retirement check. Those hired by the county before 1982 also get a 25% boost in their pension benefits, and the public furor over the lucrative benefits approved as part of the 2001 benefit package led to the ouster of County Executive Tom Ament and 7 county supervisors, and to the criminal conviction of the architect of the program. Yeah. As of June 2024, the county has paid out $404.1 million in lump sum payments. Why didn't I come to Milwaukee and work for the county? Ooh, Lord. But then again, that's how it works. But what do all these stories tell you? What do all of these stories tell you? It told me that life's not fair, and it never will be.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices. Milwaukee Black Talk.
This monumental moment in Black history is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Educators Credit Union, the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin, and American Family Insurance.
Vale R. Phillips, a trailblazer for justice and a legacy of firsts. Vale R. Phillips was a pioneer for civil rights and a force for change. Born in 1924, she shattered barriers as the first Black woman to graduate from the University of Wisconsin Law School. In 1956, she made history again, becoming Milwaukee's first Black and first female alderwoman. For years, she championed open housing laws, facing fierce opposition but never blacking down. Her fight led to Milwaukee's Fair Housing Ordinance in 1968. Later, she became Milwaukee's first Black judge and Secretary of State. Vale R. Phillips paved the way for generations, proving that justice and equality are always worth the fight.
Listen to 1017 The Truth all month long as we celebrate Black History Month.
Be the MVP of gift giving with a Milwaukee Bucks gift card. From exhilarating Bucks experiences to unforgettable Fiserv Forum events, your gift card recipient can score tickets to Bucks games and other events through the Ticketmaster box office. Shop exclusive gear at the Bucks Pro Shop or get a favorite snack at Fiserv Forum's concessions. It's a win-win gift that lets them choose their experience. To purchase a gift card, visit bucks.com/gift cards.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Join the Greater Milwaukee Urban League as it celebrates individuals and organizations whose commitment to equity creates strong partners and strong communities. It's all happening at the annual Equal Opportunity Day Luncheon on Thursday, March 13th at the Pfister Hotel. Greater Milwaukee Urban League will honor local leaders and organizations committed to empowering communities and changing lives. Join us for a special recognition of legendary past President Ralph Holman. For details, sponsorship, and tickets, go to tmul.org.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. And currently, weather for 5 o'clock is mostly cloudy. Wind is pretty light. Temperature 26 degrees. 0 precipitation, 47% humidity. Winds are at a whole 2 miles an hour. So it's barely feelable. Is that a word? Feelable? Anyway. So yeah, the low tonight is going to be around 16. Tomorrow you get to look at a high of 20 with the low around 15. And then Wednesday we're gonna supposed to. Is that a right thing? Supposed to? Is that right? Anyway, top story, snow is expected in Wisconsin. 10 possible inches. That's on Wednesday, so make sure you're kind of careful. That's what's going to be happening on Wednesday. And then Thursday, it'll be sunny at 17 degrees. So it'll actually be worse because it'll be cold, icy, and wet and slushy. Well, probably not slushy because it's not warm enough, but, so we'll be keeping up with that as we go along. We'll be keeping up with what's going on with the weather and traffic and all those fun things. So make sure you hang around and make sure you check it out. Anyway, yeah, some people are like, we out. I ain't mad. I'm not mad. 833-212-1017 is the number. So I'm looking at something that's important to me as it relates to education in the Black community. And today I wanted to talk about an experience I never had, but I'm interested if you had this experience. Give me a call, 833-212-1017, and let's talk about the role of historically Black colleges and universities. So even though I didn't attend one, and you may have, if you did, give me a call. I have a few questions about I have an idea of what that feels like to be in a place where you feel liberated, so to speak. But if you went to an HBCU, give me a call. 833-212-1017 is the number. They've played a crucial role in higher education in America, even though many majority schools and white people tend to look at HBCUs as less than or like a second-tier school. I think it's okay that they look at it that way because I don't really care. I think there's some outstanding schools in the HBCU universe, and I think that they are outstanding. And if other people don't like them, hey, it's their problem. Traffic, sports, and weather up next.
Westbound 94, we got some backups from 20th Street all the way to about Hawley Road. The eastbound side's backing up from 84th Street through to 27th. Also backups heading southbound 43 through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. South of the airport spur, looks like we've got a crash on the ramp there from 94 southbound to the airport spur, so careful with that. And then we've also got the other one on southbound 94 just south of the Drexel on-ramp, so just be extra careful as you're making your way through those areas. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, a few snow showers, light dusting for most, a low of 15. Tomorrow, morning flurries, partly cloudy, chilly, a high of 20. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Sometimes we all need a little staycation in our lives, and I am thrilled to tell you that Visit Milwaukee wants to help you do exactly that. They're launching their annual Hotel Month campaign, which offers travelers and staycationers a stellar deal at area hotels. Go to visitmilwaukee.org to find the over 24 hotels throughout the area who are offering discounts from 15 to 25% off the daily room rate. Act fast because the discount ends on Wednesday, February 12th. For more information, visit Milwaukee.org. That's visitmilwaukee.org. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
Truth Nation, get ready to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community as we host our first annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 28th at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. This will be a Truth family party where we will celebrate the unsung heroes of our community and we roll out the red carpet for those making a positive impact every day. Tickets are selling fast, so go to 1017thetruth.com today to make sure you do not miss out on the biggest celebration in Milwaukee. Tickets are only $25 and includes free food, free drinks, and free Truth giveaways. Don't miss an evening filled with entertainment, heartfelt stories, and celebrating our city with the 1017 The Truth team. Visit 1017thetruth.com right now to buy your tickets to our Truth Community Awards. That is 1017thetruth.com to secure your spot for a night of celebrating the excellence of our community. The Truth Community Awards is presented by Potawatomi Casino and Hotel and brought to you by the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth, powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snime. The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champs after they thoroughly dominated the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday night, 40-22. Jalen Hurts tossed for 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, as well as a rushing touchdown, and was named the game's MVP. Over to the NBA, where the Milwaukee Bucks got a bounce-back win over the Philadelphia 76ers on Sunday afternoon, 135-127.
Here comes Lillard. He steps back. He fires a three, and that is his wheelhouse. Damian Lillard on that pull-up is just indefensible. He's got 25 points.
Dame finished with 43.7 boards and 8 assists on the day. No Giannis in this one. He has now been ruled out for a few weeks due to a calf strain.
That's the way it has to be. That doesn't mean go out here and, think that I got to shoot every ball or anything like that. It's just, be more assertive and make sure that I stay in control of the game.
The Bucks will right back to work tonight. They'll host the Golden State tip-off set for 7 p.m. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You gonna get? Okay, so first of all, at least play it from the beginning so people know what you're talking about. Because he said the beginning of this song about the police was trash.
Takes too long.
Are you serious?
13 seconds too long.
Forget seconds. Do you understand music?
We are on radio right now.
I don't care.
Actually doing music. We doing radio.
Oh, that's
Let's
not
get
music.
To the point.
That's not music. Okay. All right. You're right. You're right. That's not music. Okay. You can turn it off now. Thank you very much. What'd you say? You want to fight?
I said thank you.
You're welcome. That's not what he was saying when he said thank you. But I'm okay with that. But no, seriously. The police? Like the police? Wow. Beginning of the song is trash. 13 seconds is too long? Oh, I'm going to pass out. Wait a minute. Can y'all bring a cotton here with some feathers and so I can pass out? Okay. I get it. But is that a byproduct of wanting everything so fast or just being used to things being so fast? I wonder if that's it. Because just like you could tell somebody my age, hey, I need such and such, they got to take their time, they got to read it, they got to make sure this and that, and go through all this other stuff, right? Boomers and millennials and Z be like, all right, let me check it out. Okay, we're done. Be like, wait, we just started. Like it was. But I'm pretty sure that's what we did to our parents. You know, we came in and whoo, we had electric windows, y'all. You know, with the little button, bzzz, and the window could go up and down. Like when I was growing up, you had to actually roll. Have you ever owned a car where you had to roll the window down? Think about that. I miss those days. I really do. First time my children got in the car and went, how do you close the door? How do you close the window? How do you close you see that little thing right there? Yeah, that's what that's for. See, it's a window. Wow. And they just didn't know. And I couldn't get mad at them, but I'm just saying. So we talked about before the break the importance of HBCUs, and I was asking to see if anybody had gone to an HBCU. Let me check the talking test. Happy Monday. I attended Tougaloo College, a private HBCU in Mississippi. Thank you, L. Okay. And also, let me see. Okay, y'all still stuck. So can I help somebody with something? Yeah. Trump won. Going on and on and on and on and on and on and on about it is not going to change anything. I personally think you should let it go because it's not going to change anything. And you're causing yourself stress at a time when the other side didn't offer you anything. Except, we won, we got you, but we really didn't give you anything. So at least if you don't get anything from Trump, you didn't expect anything. But the side that said they was going to give you something but didn't, I don't know. You should feel some kind of way about that. I'm just saying, y'all should let it go. The browning of America is not driving white people crazy when they still have control of banking, automotive, water, electric, gas, oil. It's not. It's not. It's just not. So, anyway, HBCUs. I believe HBCUs play one of the, if not the most crucial role in America for black people. Now, I don't care. I'm a purist. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people think. Every single black person, white person, Hispanic, Asian, if you're American, you need to go to college. Now, what kind of college you go to, that's up to you. You can go to a 2-year college. You can go to a 4-year college. You can major in something and then start a business, whatever you want to do, but you need to go to college. Why? Because it shows, one, that you can put your mind to something. You can complete a program of study and you can become a subject matter expert. be it a car mechanic, a carpenter, electrician, or an architect, right? Segregation told us we couldn't go to white schools. We couldn't have the books that we needed. We couldn't have those things. And so now that we've integrated ourselves into America and we've assimilated into America, that doesn't mean that we give away everything. I'll be honest with you. I watch other cultures. They assimilate, but they don't give away everything. There's some things that go on in white households and conversations they have that black people don't have. We're starting to have those conversations, but we don't have those. We used to not have those conversations. It wasn't until you went to college and you started hearing things like, in order to survive, you have to have certain things paid off by the time you're a certain age. Otherwise, you will not make it. You will spend the rest of your life doing that. And so the caller says Biden administration actually provided $17 billion. Number one, that wasn't enough. Number two, unfortunately, the Trump administration before that guaranteed that money for the next 20 years. So learn your history and learn what it is you're talking about. Remember when Trump first came in, the then Xavier University in Baton Rouge president went with other college presidents to the White House, because that's what he wanted them to do. And he so-called said he was going to look at the money, and he did. And he ended up giving them money that they all wanted and then guaranteed it for 20 years. So when you say Biden's administration provided $17 billion, that's what they were supposed to. That's what they had. That was already earmarked. What are you talking about? Learn your history, go back and learn it. Is that pro-Trump? No. What I'm saying is that we need to understand that these are our schools, and we got to stop looking for the federal government to take care of our schools. The only time they should be taking care of schools is if somebody wants to get a loan, and they need to change that process to make it so the student can get out from under it if they need to. But living hat in hand for HBCUs drives me crazy. It just drives me crazy. It's just like other schools that think that because you don't give enough money, you shouldn't give any money. Well, we're looking in the neighborhood of this dollar amount. Well, then I'll keep my money in my pocket. And how about you get zero? Because how you treat me with a little is how you'll treat me with a lot. If you treat me better with a lot, that's not going to happen. They said Biden provided billions in loan forgiveness as well. Right, and it was unconstitutional. And it was illegal when he did it. So what exactly is your point? Do you believe that people should have paid back their loans? I did. Oh, wait a minute. I served how many years in law enforcement in order for it to be forgiven? But I still paid into it for a good 10, 15 years. And then they forgave it. And then jacked me out of my money that they were supposed to give back to me because I overpaid by saying that, oh, these loans qualify, those loans don't. Oh, look, in January, those loans qualify now. Oh, well, too bad. We took the money that you owed us. It was a scam. That was their way of getting the money and never having to pay you back. The federal government ran that. The federal government said these companies were okay. These companies were terrible. Absolutely terrible for students. And now we're going to go through it again. So Biden himself only signed an executive order, and then they overturned it. So not a lot of people got their loans forgiven. The forgiveness came from people who were already getting it because they served in public service as well. And then some people did get their loans forgiven. This is very true. But that doesn't mean anything. When you signed your promissory note, you said you would pay it back. I knew going in, this loan is forgivable because you're going into public service or you're working for a nonprofit. So I knew going in, I could get it forgiven. And I still paid on it. And still got it forgiven. So, anyway. Anyway, Howard University, Spelman College, Tuskegee trained professionals and educators and leaders to become the leaders that they are today. And so we forget that there are so many small colleges and universities around that have put like hundreds, if not thousands, of black professionals into cities like Milwaukee, into cities like Chicago, LA, New York, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, right? North Carolina, South Carolina. So all these states and places that we have lived in, worked in, have made out primarily because, well, not just because we have mainstream institutions, but because we have the Howards and the Spelmans and the Tuskegees and the Tougaloo and the so what it comes down to is, can an HBCU make us feel? Can it make us feel better by going to an HBCU? I say yes. Many of the cultural things that you take for granted are just exponentially difficult at a mainstream school. So if you go to a place like a Illinois State University or Northern Illinois University or University of Wisconsin-Madison, you're going to run into some things that other people never ran into if they didn't go to a predominantly white school. The level of comfort. Now, are there some instances I believe that level of comfort may cause you to have expectations that may not be met when you come out? I say yes. But the beauty of it is these schools have put out some of the best legal minds, some of the best dentists, medical doctors, and we forget about that. The best psychiatrists, therapists, teachers, oh my goodness, teachers alone, black teachers in America. These schools put them out and make sure that we have the best in our neighborhood schools. And of course, busing tried to destroy all that on purpose, I believe, because they didn't want black people learning. And the easiest way to do it was to destroy your school. Somebody said, saying the other side didn't give us anything is really stupid, Ken. One thing is for sure, they gave a country where Nazis knew they were not emboldened and do the Hitler salute at our way. That's the only argument you have? Like you don't have anything of substance to argue? Like that's it? You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that, than some ad hominem attack. You got to do better than that. And then L. Dawson said, no one wants to talk about HBCUs because our schools give you an experience that will change your life. The other side who also gave us Justice Ketanji Brown. Okay, so what? What is your point? They will have ensured we get justices for the next 4 years. But they already ensured that we get justices for the next 4 years. So what are we doing? Like, I don't understand your argument and your point. When we come back, nope, I'm not going to have time when we come back because I'm going to just break at 50 and then we'll go right into, I'm just trying to understand, do you understand the hypocrisy when you're racist complaining about other people being racist? You supporting a black woman and being proud of her and white people doing it, is that the same? But yet you argue no. I don't understand that. Racism is racism. And argument we use that black people can't be racist doesn't make any sense. So when they put a white person in and they're happy about it, and you put a black person in and happy about it, are you happy that the person is black, happy the person is white, or happy that they're not black or not white? Like, I don't know. Either way, it's racist. And I'm okay with that as long as you recognize that and stop playing this game of, I don't know what you're talking about. It's black pride. Well, when they have white pride, is that racist? Is black pride racist? Because it's not looked at that way. And I don't care if you're white. So I couldn't care less. Don't care. Race has no issue with it. I get it. But just because you like Ketanji Brown Jackson, like, what does that mean? The other side. What does it mean? The problem I have is the other side. At some point, we're going to have to come together and fix this country, or we won't have 4 years to wait. We're going to be in a world of hurt tomorrow. I never said anything about race. Yeah, it's your way of copying out. Thank you very much.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call, That's All Gruber Cash Giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call, That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call, That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
If you've ever worried about your heart, if you've ever loved someone with heart disease, if you've ever wondered if you're the one at risk, let's remind ourselves that we are not powerless. Because at the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, we're pushing to outsmart heart and vascular disease by working with you personally to understand your history, assess your risks, and guide you to heart strength. By digging deep with tireless research and offering access to leading-edge clinical trials. And for the most serious conditions, including heart failure, heart valve disease, arrhythmias, and vascular diseases, we provide renowned expertise and the most advanced life-saving procedures you expect from academic medicine. So let's get out in front of heart disease. Let's outsmart it. Let's keep pushing so that every one of us can outrun it and embrace every beautiful day life in Wisconsin has to offer. To learn more about our nationally renowned heart and vascular care, visit froedtert.com/heart.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
When you've been seriously injured, you'll need a team with knowledge and experience to get the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
And so the talking text line says, I never said anything about race. It's about rights. Such a shame you don't get the difference between the kind of justices Trump nominates versus the kind Justice Harris would have nominated, and what that means for this country. What does it mean? And what exactly are you saying? that I don't care about it. I care about somebody being in the middle, and I don't care if you're liberal or conservative. I need you in the middle so that you can use the rule of law judiciously and not take race. But it only has to be the rights you need and the rights you talk about and the rights you think are important, and everybody else, too bad. You are part of the problem that's wrong with this country. Everybody that's liberal to the point of craziness and everybody that's conservative to the point of craziness is what's wrong with this country in the first place. At some point, we got to find somewhere in the middle to figure it out. Now, if they can figure it out with Hamas and Israel, and we can't figure it out between black and white people who live in the same country for the past 200 and something years. And then what did they say? You're ridiculous. Yes, because we're childish, and that's what we fight about, right? Exactly. Hey, I got a question. If you're really that open, give me a call tomorrow. 833-212-1017 is the number. I'll be right back here in 22 hours. We can talk about it. Otherwise, have a great day. God bless. Take care. DJ Brother Z, appreciate you, brother. Glenn, what you doing? Yeah, they caused some trouble. Just for that, I'm out.